Chris Swanson with Dan Weber here on Howard Jones Field after the second day of spring practice. Dan, everything's obviously moving a lot quicker out there today. How do you think the defense kind of adjusted to speed today?
Well, I think it's kind of interesting. Today was our day we get to talk to the defense, so it's kind of the defensive focus for us. But I think the offense adjusted. I think the defense had the better of it on Tuesday. The offense came out and adjusted, and I think they got the better of it today. As Sark said, the defense they were playing real aggressive and coming to the ball and doing a lot of things. And the quarterbacks, I think, adjusted after Tuesday and took the short stuff when it was there. But they set up the secondary a little bit and got them to bite. As Sark said, some of those defensive backs got a little nosy, nose for the football, and the quarterbacks took advantage of it. So he said that's a good thing. We want that, kind of be a competitive situation where, have one side win one practice and then the other side comes back. He said it'd be interesting to see what happens Saturday.
With the quarterbacks, obviously everybody's looking at Cody Kessler and Max Brown in that competition, and then there's also the new freshman from Junipero, Sarah, who's coming in here, and Sark seemed pretty impressed with what he saw out of him today too, along with the other two quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that impresses me is he's got a stronger arm than I remember seeing on video. So, and you can't really evaluate guys until you see him in person, I don't think. But that's the first thing that jumps out at me is he's more of a complete quarterback than I thought. Got a really strong left-handed, got a real strong arm, and he did get he didn't get as many reps today, but he did get a touchdown pass. So I think they're pretty pleased with where he is. I mean, there's a kid still should be in high school, and he's out at USC playing quarterback and getting some reps, in real practice. So that's pretty good.
So obviously a pretty good day from all three quarterbacks. Secondary seemed to have their struggles at sometimes today, which we saw last year. What did you find out about the secondary's approach to the defense and how the coaches coach them up for?
I don't think it's like last year at all. I think they were, they're aggressive and they want to be physical and they want to lock you down and they want to, come after you. And I think they were pretty successful Tuesday, and I think they tried again, and the offense adjusted. I think, for example, Jalen Fitzpatrick made some really good plays at tight end, catching the ball over the middle. I think Cody Kessler, read what the defense gave him and took advantage of it. So that was a good, it was a good learning lesson. But I think as Sark said, he really likes the depth of the secondary and having a number of guys they can they can throw in there, and the kids love having a dedicated secondary coach. They didn't have one last year, and Craig Hayward, they were kidding about him. They said he can still play and he can still show us with his hips and the moves out there. And Hayward said maybe one series, that would be it. But they're really enjoying what they're doing on defense. Hayward said he's not sure, how much it, replicates what they did last year, but a lot of the kids are saying it's not that different. And they like it, that as Sark said, he's not counting on that there's just a carryover from last year because they're going to start from the beginning and teach everything. But the kids like the fact that new terminology, but the concepts are pretty much the same.
And we obviously can't see too much because they're not in pads, but what have you taken away? What are the biggest takeaways, I guess, from these first 2 days of practice?
I just like the way I think the offense is going to work with these players. I like the way what you're seeing with they're going to run, obviously, the inside zone, outside zone. I like today when you see Buck Allen and Trey Madden and Ty Isaac was a little bit bumped up today, so we don't know exactly what that was. But to see those three guys getting ahead of steam up and getting to the edge, I think that's kind of impressive. Last year, you hit a shot if you could, if the play broke down in the backfield, if the play broke down at the line of scrimmage, you'd have a shot at stopping them. With the way they're running it this year out of the shotgun and that, those guys probably aren't going to have that same, problem of getting, stopped before they get started. And you give those guys a head of steam, you give them a little bit of a seam, they're going to be a problem for people.
We'll see if that continues to be the case on Saturday. For Dan Weber, I'm Chris Swanson. For everything USC football related, go to uscfootball.com.